Another edition of Beyond the Huddle is coming your way.
You're listening to the Beyond the Huddle podcast with me, your host, Louis Deeby, along with my boys, Brennan Harrington and Jordan Hanskin. Brennan, what's going on?
The dynasty is not over!
Hanskin, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Kind of sad about the Bills this week. It's a big game.
It was expected.
You messed that one up.
Yeah, it kind of was expected. I like this quote.
I didn't think that.
Pagula may have bought the Bills, but Tom Brady owns the Bills.
Yeah. Is that what Patrick said?
You know.
Thanks the Fox broadcasting team.
Did you guys see that Pagula interview? What a terrible interview. Oh my god.
He's not a very talkative man.
True.
He's a man of few words and a man of a lot of oil wells.
Yeah, it's very
He's
true.
a man of money.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good segue right into Week 6, as there were a bunch of really good games, division rivalries, and such of that nature. What did you learn from Week 6? We'll start with Hanskin.
Well, let's just start off with the Eagles are still the team to beat in the NFC East. That has absolutely been proven by their just demolishing of the very talkative, too much talkative New York Giants.
They were very chatty this week. I didn't like it very much.
Yeah, but what we also learned is Dallas is for real. That is also definitely true now.
Brennan, what'd you learn?
That defense is so much better than what people thought they were.
True.
Yeah, talking about the NFC East, I actually found that Dallas might be the team to beat in the division. They just beat Seattle in Seattle.
All right, here's my rebuttal against why Dallas isn't the team to beat. DeMarco Murray is on pace to have over 400 touches this year. All right,
So?
if you understand what that means, he won't stay healthy throughout all of that. I don't think their recipe right now is something that can last, but we'll get into the NFC after. What I learned is that the Patriots' whole concerns after the Kansas City game, those are done. I'm not worried about the Patriots. I still think they're an AFC powerhouse. And some underrated teams are very legit this year and are going to stay consistent in the playoffs. The Lions, the Panthers, and the Baltimore Ravens are my three teams that are going to stay consistent and make the playoffs this year. Two of them I think will win the division.
The Lions?
Yes, I predicted at the beginning of the season that San Fran and Green Bay were going to miss the playoffs, and Carolina and Detroit were going to make it.
Yeah, Detroit.
So, and I also have New Orleans missing over Arizona. So far it's going perfect. But I learned that some teams are very legit.
I think the New England thing is a little bit. New England's still a great team. There's no doubt about it. But they just lost two pretty key parts of that team for the season. I mean, running back, they might be able to put in Vereen. I still believe that Ridley was the best of the three guys.
I think you're still going to see Bull get more of the carries than Vereen.
Sure, but the big loss is Gerard Mayo. I mean, that's a huge part to that defense that they lost for the rest of the year.
That's the Mike and the captain.
Exactly.
I think Tom Brady, I think if this offensive line could just help out and let Brady get the ball out quickly, I think this offense is still going to be serviceable. They got some good weapons still. I think Vereen's going to be used a lot more in the passing game than he has been of late. He still has 18 catches, so he's still on pace to have a pretty good year receiving-wise. But I think Brandon LaFell has been really been a resurrection with Tom Brady as his quarterback compared to what he did over in Carolina for the past couple of years. But
oh my gosh, Edelman and Gronk are good.
I think people are hunting Gronk's legs. And if you saw that game, they were going for his legs every single time.
Because that's the only way they can tackle him.
This is just how the NFL is going to be. There's going to be a lot of torn ACLs, and you can tell over the past couple of years it's been like this because of the rules about upper body tackles.
That's just because they can't tackle him regularly. They have to go after his legs.
That's what I'm saying. They can't tackle him.
No, not legally. I mean, like, they literally can't.
Oh.
He broke tackles and left and
True,
right.
I think-
yeah.
That's true as
He is a
well.
monster.
I mean, there were a couple bounces in that game that could have went like the Bills' way, and there were like some critical mistakes that the Bills did cost themselves. They had way too many penalties.
yeah, penalties and
Whether that was the refs doing it or not, I don't know. I mean, there's no excuse for getting that many penalties. And also, Kyle Orton's one. They were driving, I think, in the first half at one point, and Kyle Orton's one pick was just awful. It made no sense to throw that ball.
yeah, but that was
I
his
mean,
only mistake
a
of the day.
couple
Colin.
bounces go their way. That game was closer than what the score indicates.
Yeah, it was closer than the score indicates, but Kyle Orton has played phenomenal for the Bills compared to what EJ Manuel was doing.
No doubt about it.
He's made-
10 rating points higher than EJ.
He's made like
No doubt he's a better option. There's no doubt about it. He's still a very serviceable starter.
he's made about 5, maybe 6 mistakes in the 2 games they started for the Bills.
Okay, let's move on from the Bills. Let's talk
Yeah.
a little bit about some award races, early predictions
Yes,
for
let's go ahead.
awards. Right now, the MVP race is looking a lot like in favor of a couple quarterbacks, as by the name of Philip Rivers and Aaron Rodgers, as well as a defensive player named J.J. Watt. Who do you guys think is going to win the MVP this year? We'll start with Bren.
If DeMarco Murray keeps up what he's doing right now, then DeMarco Murray, he has been phenomenal.
Okay.
He's I think there was something on ESPN. If you put DeMarco Murray like up against like teams, he's like the 5th best team in rushing yards, or something like that.
Hanska, what do you think?
Yeah, he's fourth. I believe he's fourth.
Yeah, 4th.
I got Aaron Rodgers in this one. I think his 15 touchdowns to 1 interception speaks for itself. We're even with being sacked 15 times. And his QB rating is well over 100. And I really like what Rodgers has been doing, especially since in that game-winning drive. I think that was a statement right there.
Down there, 5-1 in the first place in the division. They would be the first seed in the AFC right now, and to me, all of it is because of Philip Rivers. If you look at what his receivers have done, honestly, he's turned Eddie Royal into a serviceable receiver. Keenan Allen hasn't even done much. His best talented receiver has not done a lot. Antonio Gates is on and off like he's been for the past couple of years. They're getting great play from Brandon Oliver, a University at Buffalo native. I don't see any of your boys at Wake Forest doing anything. So
Michael Campanaro, baby, scored a touchdown,
All right.
son.
Who?
Michael Campanaro, the Wake Forest receiver last year.
Where is he
TD for
Also, the Cowboys fullback is a former Wake defensive tackle.
Whoop-de-doo.
So,
Whoop-de-doo.
DeMarco Murray, 700 yards. I think that guy's been helping out a little bit.
Okay. Anyway, Philip Rivers has a QBR of 117.6. He has already 1,000 yards and 756 and 15 total passing touchdowns. So to me, this guy's playing at an all-time high. Mike McCoy deserves a lot of credit, but if this team makes a deep playoff run, it's all going to be because of Philip Rivers, and I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win the most valuable player because, honestly, where the Chargers would be without him, I'm not so sure.
They would be in a drain somewhere.
True. All right, so let's move on. And who's out already? Teams that just are not in contention anymore. We'll start with Brendan. What team or two do you just believe is just not in it anymore?
The Raiders.
All right, there we go.
The Oakland Raiders are just. I mean, they played tough with the. Don't get me wrong, they played tough with the San Diego Chargers this week, but 0-5. Even if they do turn things around, they would have to win what 10 of the last
I don't think they're
11.
making the playoffs.
They can't. They're almost mathematically out. 0-5. But new coach Tony.
Let's keep going, like naming teams until we get to like ones where we still think that they can make it. So okay, my next eliminated team is the Jacksonville Jaguars because they are just delightfully terrible for the 4th straight year.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about them.
All right,
Bortles is promising though.
Mine is your Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
The team of the.
They going there.
I think it's over. Even though they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They hit the injury bug. Don't blame them. They hit the injury bug.
What was this? There's already a Twitter account. It's called for run through the Titans called "Suck for the Duck." They're a campaign already for Marcus Mariota for next year's draft.
Why? He's not that good.
This man Jordan Hanskin has him making the playoffs. They're 2-4. Charlie Whitehurst clipboard
Hey.
Jesus.
I thought this was the Jake Locker breakout year. So
Jake Locker
sorry.
did not stay healthy.
I put my faith into Jake Locker. I thought that he wouldn't pull another Sam Bradford, but we just have Sam Bradford again.
Those two are that's actually good because those two are very similar. Whereas when they play, they're actually pretty. They're pretty. They're
decent. They're
not
good.
bad. They're pretty good quarterbacks.
No.
but
First
they
round picks.
can't stay healthy at all, and so the
That's I picked the Titans as my surprise. If they stay healthy, they could be decent because they have a good coach. They got Wisenhunt. They just Charlie Whitehurst.
All right, my turn. I'll go with the best show on turf. That's the St. Louis Rams.
Okay.
Those sweet jerseys yesterday are not going to keep them in it. 1-5. Austin Davis looked good in the first half though.
All right, Hanskin.
That goal line stand was cool though. The goal line stand was cool.
Oh yeah.
Mine is the Bucks because I don't know why we didn't pick them earlier. Giving up 5 touchdowns to Joe Flacco in about 20 minutes on the field.
The Buccaneers are awful.
Pretty embarrassing.
All right, I'm gonna say the.
The Bucks are out.
All right. I'm gonna go the New York Jets. I think it's pretty safe to say their season is over. With what Geno Smith has done so far, I'm sure it's pretty safe to say that him and Isaac will be out as. I don't know about Rex Ryan yet. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network said that his job is safer than it seems. But this team is terrible. I thought this was going to be a sneaky team this year. I thought Geno was going to be pretty good, and it has not turned out that way. So the Jets, they're done. That 2013 QB class is done. We can put that to rest.
EJ's still the best quarterback in that class, sadly.
Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon.
48-17 says otherwise, sir.
Right. Okay.
All right. How about we stay in East Rutherford and go with the New York Giants, 3-3, but losing.
I'm not ready to give up on that team.
Losing Victor Cruz.
I'm not ready.
That's their whole offense, almost their whole offense right there.
Odell Beckham's pretty good.
It's pretty decent. Hanskin.
But I'll accept that. I just don't think 3 teams are coming out of the NFC East. So yeah, I think I'd agree with you with that. My pick is the Vikings. I think their division's also too good for them, and you're not going to get a third wild. I don't think the Vikings have any shot at winning more than any more division games. So
I'm gonna
gotta go with that, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Washington Redskins. I think this team. I'm sure it's safe to say that Kirk Cousins is not their franchise quarterback, and RG3 will get his job back when he comes back when healthy off that ankle injury he suffered against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I think when you look at it, that this team really, defensively, they're really missing D'Angelo Hall. I think that's really a reach to say because of how bad D'Angelo Hall has been over the past couple years, but they've been terrible without him. That offense, Pierre Garçon is not the same to me. He's not getting the targets he did last year. Deshaun has overtaken him as the number 1 guy, but Deshaun's even really been thriving off of big plays. Kirk Cousins just seems like when he gets in a bad place, he can't recover. Those interceptions against Arizona and New York, that's not a good trait in a quarterback if you want him to be your starting quarterback. So I think the Redskins are done. Are we done with?
I got one more.
All right, Brendan.
Let's go with the Miami Dolphins.
Pretty good against Green Bay.
I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They played pretty well against Green Bay, but they lost to Marino, who they have been out without for the last couple of weeks. Although,
yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
Their defense has not
because
been,
they're not the second best team in the division.
Their defense has not been very good. They're 2-3, which isn't a good way to start off the season.
They lost no Sean.
I don't like Ryan
Even though
Tannehill
Miller's
quarterback.
been good.
Yeah.
And I can't see this team going to the playoffs this year.
Hanskin.
What about the Saints? How do you guys feel about the Saints?
They were my Super Bowl pick in the offseason.
Wait, what's their record now?
They're 2-3, if I'm not mistaken.
A sloppy Drew Brees spells a lot of bad games for the Saints.
It doesn't matter though.
Drew Brees has not been good. Hopefully the bye week helps them out. They're 2-3, and
this division.
Brees has not been looking like a top 5 quarterback at all.
And yet they're still only the Carolina Panthers, who I picked to win this division, and everyone else has been hating on them, and I keep saying that they're gonna be a good team. They tied, so
they made me sit through 4.5 hours of a tie.
Right.
That's their biggest crime.
They're 3-2-1, so they're ahead of the Saints by what? What is this now? A game and a half? What is it? Is that what a tie counts for?
Yeah.
A game and a half. All right, so New Orleans is still in it, though. That's what's funny. I'm not ready to rule them out, but I don't think they're going to end up making the playoffs because I think Carolina's legit, and I've stated that over the past couple weeks.
I think the West is going to get 2 and the East is going to get 2.
Agreed, and then I think the North and South will get 1, and I think the North will be the Detroit Lions. All right.
I still like I like the Packers and the Bears. It's going to come down to Packers versus Bears.
Bears are 3-3, and they beat a Falcons team that's been overrated throughout the season, which you picked
Starting
to go to
to
the
collect.
Super Bowl, so nice predictions, buddy.
They've been sloppy. There's only one prediction I care about, though.
Tennessee's winning a playoff game.
We are slapping it up over here. All right, let's move on, and we're going to talk about a team in the NFC West that Hanskin requested we discuss, and it's the Arizona Cardinals, who have jumped to 4-1 after a big victory over the Washington Redskins. They're 4-1. They stand alone at top of the division, half a game ahead of the San Francisco 49ers. Carson Palmer came back from a nerve injury in his throwing shoulder, threw 2 touchdowns and over 200 yards, as Larry Fitzgerald catches his first touchdown since Week 14 of last year. Is this team legit? We'll start with Hanskin.
The reason I brought up Arizona is because this was the other game the Carolina broadcasting station assigned me to. So I did not get to watch the Dallas game. I had to watch it on my computer. But anyway, Arizona, it's tough. I looked at their standings in the division, and Arizona's leading it outright now, which is pretty interesting to me. I mean, they're a very solid team. Their only loss is to Denver. I mean, I think they have a chance at holding on to this division lead because Seattle's been a little bit iffy. Their defense hasn't been as great as they usually are. And Russell Wilson did not look very good against Dallas at all. So you have to look at the Cardinals and think that maybe they do have a chance to hold on to this division lead.
Yeah, go ahead, Brun.
Yeah, I think with Carson Palmer, this team could be for real. But, I don't know, Sunday's game didn't really have anything to me. I mean, Washington's a pretty bad football team. And, I mean, their defense has been... I like their defense. Their defense has been fantastic. Their run game can improve a little bit. I mean, I'm sure it's playing pretty well with Ellington back there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it can improve. And their receiving game has been pretty good. Fitzgerald's finally starting to pick up this season.
Mm-hmm. I think this team is legit, and I think the job that Bruce Arians has done in Arizona is outstanding and has been overlooked. What this team has lost this year defensively has been huge. They've lost Calais Campbell for a couple weeks. They lost Darnell Dockett for the year. They lost Darrell Washington for the season. I'm not sure if I'm missing anybody, but when you look at how good this team is still playing defensively and offensively, I think it's without saying how great coached Bruce Arians has done. And how about what a defensive coordinator signing? The former Eagles corner coach, Todd Bowles, really doing a good job with that defense, dialing up some blitzes and just things to kind of cover up the injuries that pokes a lot of holes in this team. But Hanskin's right. Seattle's not the same as they were last year, and I predict San Fran misses the playoffs. If Arizona can stay ahead of San Fran in this race, get to the end of the year, win a couple big games, don't let Carson Palmer lose a game for you. Limit his turnovers. I think this team's legit as well, and I predict them to make the playoffs. So I like Arizona.
How is my prediction for Seattle to be, I think, 11-5 looking right now?
Pretty decent.
Thank you.
All right. And I got to think for
Good
it.
for you. Good for you. Your predictions are working out. That's just fantastic.
All right. What do you guys think about ties? Because I think this is a outdated rule, and there should be double overtime in the NFL.
No, idea.
What?
Second overtime.
No, not double overtime.
Is a kickoff.
They should use the
your
college
idea.
rules. They should use the college rules.
Yeah, they should.
No,
But
here's
start
my
at the
idea.
50.
All right, so they tie after first overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the second overtime, the coach writes down what yard.
What number the other coaches?
No. No. The coach writes down how many yards he wants his kicker to kick from.
Okay.
And then each coach does that.
Getting really weird.
And then if his kicker makes that, whoever has the furthest kick wins.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Hanskin is
I think the college overtime is
Uh-huh.
probably the most exciting overtime in sports right now.
Are we looking for exciting or are we looking for a winner?
What?
Are we looking for
I
exciting
think that
or are
would
we
give you a better way to find a winner too.
Yeah, and we're thinking
Once
of an
you start at the
unbiased perspective.
50, because the kickers in the NFL, aside from the Lions kickers, are too good to start from the 25. So what you do is you either just eliminate the kicking option, you go for it on fourth down every time, or you start at the 50 and then you work your way in. Then if you have to go for it, or else you get 0. It takes punting out of overtime, which no one wants to see. No one wants to see a team punt. And it makes the overtime way more exciting. It'll still be quick, hopefully, unless the defense is just terrible. But and it would solve every issue that we have at ties.
True, very true. I agree. I think that ties are outdated and I can't stand them. And I think that I agree with Hansky. I think they should go to college rules. Yours is kind of fun, Brendan, but I don't think the NFL is all about fun. It's the no fun league.
How many times do teams tie? Like once every 2 years?
This has been happening too much. The Rams tied a couple years back. The Bengals have tied twice in the past 4 years.
Against the Eagles at one time.
They tied the Eagles. No, I'm sorry. It was 2008. But okay, it's been
Watching a team run off a field, watching the Carolina Panthers run off that field celebrating the tie drove me nuts. It was just like
Mike Nugent missed the kick and it gave them
he missed the kick. But I get it, but like that game should not have been over. Carolina should have had to work for their tie, or they should have had to work for a win. They shouldn't just be able to say, "Oh, goody, he missed the field goal. Yay us, we didn't lose today."
This is so typical of Ron Rivera, the conservative 4th and 1 chip shot field goal, knowing you're not getting the ball back, that you're going to tie with no timeouts left in under 2 minutes.
With Cam Newton, who's probably the best
want to
quarterback
lose.
at getting
Why
a
would you
4th and 1
would you rather tie than
conversion.
lose?
No, I would
Oh
go.
my gosh.
I think Cam. No, I would rather tie than lose. But I think Cam Newton can gain 1 yard after how good they were playing, and you're in the red zone. Come on.
All right, I would rather.
We answered that way too quickly. We answered that question way too quickly. It
I
made
know
no
you call it
logical sense to
conservative,
say
but
that we'd rather
conservative is
tie
the way
than
to
we
go in the
wouldn't
NFL
rather
these
tie
days.
than lose.
I would rather tie than lose any day. I didn't mean to say that.
No, yeah, but me and you both said no immediately,
Yeah.
and then we were like, wait a minute. Oh God, that doesn't make any sense.
We are accustomed to saying no to Brendan. Let's just say that.
That's true.
Take the
I don't
points.
know why
and
you
tie
guys
the
are
football
accustomed
game.
to saying no to me and my hilarious picks.
Your hilarious picks are hilarious. That's why. The Titans are not making the playoffs.
I know I'm just trying to bring the Bills into this, but think about last year, week 2, Ron Rivera. It was 4th and 1, and they took the field goal to make it a 7-point.
Exactly. I thought that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, 6-point game.
He decided to go for a 6-point lead with 2 minutes to go instead of giving Cam Newton the ball in a 4th and 1.
Yeah.
I was applauding his horrible decision making.
Yeah,
Hey, Hanskin. The Eagles are.
I thought he was getting fired after that game.
the
I
Eagles
know.
are a legit NFC contender, and you predicted that they weren't going to be. So, how about that?
I think that they're legit in the NFC East. Do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? No, I do not. Remains no. Do I need to elaborate further, or are you going to get mad at me again?
This defense is playing
What
lights out.
are you like still wondering what the Eagles need to do to prove to me
No,
that they
you're just-
belong?
You refuse to admit that I was right and you were wrong because you're waiting for them to melt down, so then you can say you were right when you're not. They're 5-1.
yeah.
Well,
they're more than contender.
I
They're
don't need to
5-1.
wait. I just get to wait until the playoffs when they do melt down.
They're not going to melt down. That's the thing. This team can last.
When they can't handle losing.
This defense is improving.
When they can't handle being behind.
Are you serious? What are you talking? They've been behind
They're
all
always
season. They were behind against Jacksonville. They came back and won. They were behind Indianapolis. They came back and won. They were behind Washington. They came back and won. You're wrong. And even in San Fran, they bounced back from a really bad loss in that game when they could have won that. The defense is improving each and every week. The special teams has 3 blocked punts in 3 weeks.
Okay, Philly's got like a bunch of games coming up that I am very intrigued in. One, they go to Arizona in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Does Philly win that game?
Yeah,
Does Philly win that
wins
game?
that game. You're damn right, Philly wins
Does
that.
Philly beat Carolina at home?
Yes, they do. They beat
Yes,
Philly
sir.
go undefeated for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
And
right.
they also beat Seattle. Okay. Why? What does Arizona do that Philadelphia? What Arizona's the Eagles they did it last year. They poked holes in every single spot on that defense last season when the Eagles whomped them.
Who?
The Cardinals. They have no.
Why did the Eagles lose to the Saints?
What?
Oh, I believe that they're going to be.
Why did the
Arizona.
Eagles lose to the
I believe
Saints
they're gonna
last
beat
year?
Seattle.
Why did they lose them? Because they didn't have any safety. They had terrible safety play because Patrick Chung was starting for them, and they had a rookie nose tackle who couldn't stop Mark Ingram because he was too light. And by the way, that nose tackle is Benny Logan, gained some weight this year and lighting up the scoreboard. So, just a nugget for you.
Okay. Well,
All right,
Philly will lose because their quarterback play will get outplayed by a quarterback that they will play in the postseason.
That's the
It's
one
just going to happen.
flaw so far.
It's-
Nick Foles has the most.
It's a pretty
turnovers
serious
in the
flaw.
NFL. I don't know. I think Chip Kelly can mask it pretty
Geno
good.
Smith
He's a
doesn't have
genius.
as many as him.
No, Nick Foles.
He
is
threw
top.
2 hilarious picks in the game against the Giants. If the Giants were just competent on the offensive line at all,
Well, they couldn't get a pass.
any
rush.
sort of competency.
Okay, but the Giants also couldn't develop a pass rush against that Eagles offensive line that's got 2 big injuries. The Eagles.
True, the
offensive
Eagles
line's
O-line did play well. They did
Yeah.
play well.
David Molk and Matt Tobin, 2 backups, played stellar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fellas.
I'm just...
Let's move on.
Good game.
Move on from the Birds.
It was a good game for those Eagles.
Yeah, it was a fun game. For me, anyway, not for just normal.
It wasn't a fun game. I didn't like it at all. It was a snooze fest. It was a snooze
Brendan
fest.
was crying during the game. It was so bad.
Why was he crying? Oh, because it was just a terrible game?
Yeah, he
No,
was-
because
overall?
no, because
still
I've been
there
looking
crying.
for Nick
I
Foles
was
my whole life as a
kind
Bills
of
fan.
crying
and Louis
because I felt
complaining
really bad
about
for
him.
poor Eli.
say
Having to
that-
continually step back in the drop.
Say that again. Lucas.
No, Hanskin. The reason why I was crying is because
Yeah.
I've been looking for a guy like Nick Foles my whole life as a Bills fan, and Louis was complaining about him, and I was crying, calling him a scumbag.
And then my rebuttal was that,
You don't know quarterback trouble until you live in Buffalo.
okay, but my rebuttal was put Chip Kelly with EJ Manuel, and I bet Manuel will play just as good as Nick Foles is right now, probably more.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Brendan's like, no.
No.
All right, before we wrap this up,
Put Doug Marone with Nick Foles and let's see what happens.
Brendan, best and worst division, go.
Best division. I've got to go with the NFC North.
Worst division.
Worst division. I've got to go with. Huh.
He doesn't know.
I've got to go. You know what? I'll pass. I'll pass.
All right, Hanskin.
I'll start with the worst. The AFC South.
Yeah.
Pretty clear with the Jags and the Titans. My beloved
And I
division winning Titans.
I think those Texans are gonna falter.
And I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting for the Texans crumble. Fitz. There comes a point in the season where Fitz just says, "Nah, I don't want to play no more. I think I'm just gonna pack it up."
right.
So, waiting for that. And the best division, I'm gonna go with the AFC West. Still, I still think. San Diego's very, very good. I think Oakland just proved that they're not as bad as everyone says they are. And the Chiefs looked great against New England, and Denver's Denver. There's my pick for the AFC West.
My best division is the AFC North. The Cincinnati Bengals lead at 3-1-1, but you got the Ravens right behind at 4-2. They look dynamite. The Cleveland Browns are a great story this year that have played really good under Brian Hoyer. They're 3-2. Their worst team in the AFC North is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 3-3. So I think that's your best division.
You're
What?
Your Steelers are coming in last.
Why does everyone assume I like the? I do. I like how they.
You said that you promoted that you tried to promote the Steelers to me a lot.
Because I think they're a good
With their big gritty Steeler mentality and their Roethlisberger.
I think their defense is going to gel pretty soon once they get some key players back like Jarvis Jones and Shazer. And then my
They
worst
give up
division.
31 to Hoyer.
All right. And my worst division is the AFC South. I agree with you, Hanskin. I'm just waiting for the Texans to falter, and the Titans and the Jags are what we thought they were. I wish I had a drop for the.
And the Colts are they're winning. They're gonna win the division by default. They're not even that good. They have luck. That's it. That's all I like.
Okay.
I disagree with that assessment.
In comes Joe.
Who said that?
It was Joe.
Okay, wait, put him on. Put him on. Come on, Joe.
You look at receiving options like Dwayne Allen, Colby Fleener, T.Y. Hilton, Reggie Wayne, Hakeem Nicks. They got two guys coming out of the backfield, Trent Richardson and Ahmad Bradshaw. Their defense is perfectly average, which is all they need.
Bradshaw?
They're better than.
Sign me up.
If you compare them to a team like the Green Bay Packers, they're better all around. They are a team that could surprise you in the playoffs, and I predict you will be wrong in that last statement.
Yeah, by winning one game over the Chiefs in 65-72.
Good game.
All right, he's
Like watching Baylor play.
now he's just talking.
When you have an elite quarterback, you're automatically good. When you add the weapons they have, they're very good.
Yeah, but their defense is still the Colts' defense.
Their defense is average, which is all they need. Green Bay's defense is horrible. And they're good. Would you agree? Would you agree the Colts defense is better than the Green Bay Packers defense?
I don't know.
I don't even. You might not even be in a position to answer that question. So how can you argue it?
Ooh.
Drops the mic.
Mic drop. Danskin, you lost.
All he did was just reiterate that Kobe Fleener is great. All he did was say Kobe Fleener and Ahmad Bradshaw are fantastic, which is not true.
Oh, he's coming back.
Are we still on the Colts?
No, we're wrapping up the show.
No, we're please, for the love of God, do not talk more about the Colts. All right.
No.
Hmm?
NFL fans. It's an NFL podcast.
NFL fans in Buffalo. If you want to hear about fantasy, tune into 91.3 WBNY FM Monday mornings 9 to 10. I will be talking fantasy football.
He put in his plug.
I'm a guest. I'm allowed to do that.
Can we? Can I ask Joe a question? What would be a good question from our topics today to ask Joe since we have him here?
Oh,
What do you
If
think?
you want me to chip in on that Nick Foles comment I overheard, I would say Mark Sanchez would do just as good a job as Foles
Thank
is right
you.
now. And I do not like Mark Sanchez in the slightest.
I'm not
I like
wrong
Mark
about Nick
Sanchez.
Foles.
Mark Sanchez is terrible.
You don't
He'll be
trust
just
Nick
as good.
Foles?
I don't trust Nick Foles.
Yay! Back to the Eagles.
I think EJ Manuel.
Would you agree with me that the
Nope,
Eagles are
don't agree
not
with
a
that.
legit Super Bowl contender, Joe?
They are a legit
Who?
Super Bowl contender.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
No, because their games have been so close and kind of fluky. They could be.
What about last
They
week?
could
And they
have one
played
win, just as
horrible
close.
teams.
Horrible
They played
teams.
Washington, barely beat them.
They played the
They played
Colts.
Jacksonville.
What about the Colts?
They were losing by 17 to Jacksonville.
They
Okay,
could.
what
They
about
could
the
very.
What about the Giants?
I
What
don't
about
like the
Giants?
Colts.
They could very
I
easily
don't
have
like
two
the
wins.
Colts.
They could very easily be 6-0 too because they
True.
should have beat San Fran.
That's why
too.
the line is so thin on them that I don't think they think they're
But they're
too.
improving every week. Good
I
teams
don't know about
find ways
that.
to
They're
win.
gonna blow one of the playoff games.
They're not even playing their best, and yet they're 5-1.
You were down 17-0 to
They're
Jacksonville.
not playing their best, and they're 5-1.
They are playing their best.
No, they're not.
That line
What
played
are you
their
talking
best
about? They're not
against the
playing their
Giants.
best. Last year they didn't peak until week 7.
You think that
and then
they
went
beat
on
the
a tear.
Giants by playing bad?
They're not playing.
You think they beat the Giants that bad by playing terrible?
They should have beat them by more. Nick Foles, they should have beat them by way more than how they played. They played way better, and they would have been.
Okay,
much
but that
more.
doesn't mean that they're
Defense
playing
is
their
not-
best.
They're
That means
not
that they
playing-
blew it.
They're finding ways to win, and they're not. No, not everyone is not on the same page in that team so far, playing wise. It's either the defense is playing really good or the offense has been. Last game was finally their first complete game. Last year it was the same thing. They were 3-5 after week 8, and after that big game against the Raiders, that's when everything they skyrocketed. They didn't peak until more than halfway through the season last year, and they already have 5 wins.
They just don't have the look of a Super Bowl team to me.
What is the look of a Super
Offensive
Bowl team?
line. Offensive line.
The
There's
Eagles have one of
never-
the best offensive lines in the league, and when their two
Their
guys get
defense
back
is not good enough.
What do you
Their
mean it's not
defense
good?
is not good enough.
Oh my god, did you watch last game? Did you watch the game against the Rams? How about the
The
49ers?
Giants game means nothing
How
to
about the
me.
past 3 weeks? Why don't you watch the games, buddy? I've been watching
No.
every game.
I do watch the games. I have to watch the Eagles all the time.
Then you would know how good their defense is playing. You just assume because you don't know anyone than their defense how bad they're they're playing bad.
I saw a great pass rush against the Giants. That's what I saw.
Okay, what about
The
that?
Giants could do nothing because, but I think it was more because of Justin Pugh playing really bad.
Okay, and they also don't
Then-
have Michael Kendricks back, and he's one of their best inside linebackers. So
Just
what
to,
about
and
that?
just to interrupt your
You could
argument
say
real quick.
injury issues for anyone. The Bills would be so much better with Kiko Alonso playing. Like, you
Just-
could say injury issues to anyone.
But the Eagles are playing.
Just to interrupt your argument real quick. Quick shout out to my boy Stephen A. Smith. Looking forward to your party tonight. It's gonna be a real rager.
Oh, you got an invite to that too? Did you RSVP yet?
Oh. Ren, what about you? Did you?
I stole your thunder.
Me and Brennan are just going to Subway tonight.
No.
Papa Gio's.
I'm gonna get a long sandwich.
what about a drink?
No.
That'll cost extra.
You gotta get what RG3 gets to make him faster.
Real winners.
That flatbread sandwich with the oven roasted chicken.
We're the winner, Justin Tuckey, defensive end of the Oakland Raiders.
And Anthony Barr, 27th
Anthony
overall
Barr.
or whatever.
Anthony Barr is in that commercial.
He's actually been really good.
Anthony Barr.
That's a topic for another day. That's going to do it for today's Behind the Huddle podcast. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at DB Sports Talk. Follow Hanskin at JHanskin57. Brendan, yours.
At HBrendan17.
It switches every day.
Nuh-uh.
Why are your letters different?
Harrington Brendan.
Why is it H. Brendan?
Harrington
Why
Brendan.
why is it not your last name?
I don't know.
All right, that's another topic for another day, so that's going to do it. Make sure to check us out on iTunes, Beyond the Huddle. Look it up. We'll be there. Brendan's face is on the cover, so you can't miss that beautiful face. We'll be back next time. Peace out.